fantastic family. Today is Friday, October 23rd, 2020. Raven 98 here, along with.
All right, good morning, TNT. It is Friday, and by some indication, I hope every indication, it could be our last Friday. God knows I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, Ray, I got a question for you, though. You
Sure.
still have the information from, or the contact for the guy who does that introduction?
Yes.
Okay. I just really wanted to meet that guy. And I really want him to fly around the country with us so he can introduce us to every event. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. Guys, and I think about it all the time, about him, about G-Man, about all of our mods who've been involved and helped us in the chat room along the way. I'm going to say this real quick. I actually got a phone call from some guys from PTR the other day. I know they're listening. They couldn't believe it, and they wanted to call and talk to me about the good old days, which we all just laughed about. But anyway, even that was a part of this journey with us. And, I said it takes a village. We used to say that all the time, at least in our neighborhood, our country, the whole block to raise a child, or a village to raise a child. And it took us to raise this child, an entire village here at TNT. I mean, a whole group of people made this thing happen, and that we can never, ever forget when it's over. It wasn't about Ray, that's for sure. And it wasn't about Tony, that's for sure. It wasn't. It was about all of us. And we're all going to benefit from it. And hopefully continue on as a family and do some great things. Because there's some things to do. I was going to send you guys out, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but this ITO thing that came out this morning about mortgages and where they're just taking off and the financing, and not just doing the mortgages, which we know. And I'll tell you guys last time, they're going to hit rock bottom come January, but it's going to be a lot of money made there. There are a lot of mortgage companies that are going to start IPOs simply because of what the future is going to bring. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you guys to take advantage of to make this grow. Not like a money tree, but more importantly, like a gold mine. I mean, it just goes on forever and ever and ever, because trees get chopped down, leaves fall off, but a gold mine just goes deep and deep and deep, and that's what we want to do. All right, let's get started. Ray, did you say anything out?
No, but let me make a quick statement. AZ Humber, I see you want to ask a question, and the Q&A line is full with 100 people who do not intend on asking a question. So as I remove some of those, I will open it up so that you can get in. So then dial in AZ Humber on the Q&A line. And the line will start clearing up right now so that you can get in. Ask your question. Hopefully we can get to you. All right, Tony.
Well, wait, because now, you done changed the whole dynamic. So,
well, I saw this member said I really want to ask a question, but he couldn't get in because the lines are full.
Okay, but I got 200 more people like that. What are they supposed to do?
The same thing. If they really want to ask a question, but don't get on the Q&A line just to be calling in.
Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. It's some super... I'm just messing with Ray. There's some super fantastic news going on right now out there. There's some stuff for us to be absolutely concerned about. So which one we want to do first? Oh, let's be concerned first. Guys, the people are in the squares. They're coming in the squares. They've been pouring in since yesterday, today. I tell you before, they got tents, and they are ready for Sunday, and they're getting there. Iraq security forces have started getting ready for Sunday. They're moving in military and some other people to make sure it's peaceful demonstrations if it is. But they are absolutely getting prepared for Sunday, for something to happen on Sunday. My only thing I could ever say is let's turn a demonstration into a celebration. I'm hoping that's what happens. They turn a demonstration into a celebration, but they're still there, military, everybody else, to protect the people. Because the people are definitely on the way to Baghdad from across the country, is what I'm being told. So that's the bad news. The good news is Al Qasimi's back in Baghdad. Uh, People actually thought, and by people, I mean some bank people here, some prominent people, Iraq, that the announcement was going to be made last night. Because they said 24 hours after he got back, we should hear about the announcement. Um, Bank people were moved yesterday. Nothing really happened, but they were. Uh, there are people who fully think this thing could go as soon as tonight or tomorrow, but definitely over the weekend. Banks are not only putting their people up in hotels, but they started doing that again, and they're right across the street from locations, down the street from locations. They're right there. They're keeping them from 6 to 11, letting them go over there, go to sleep, come back, be ready to go, and they're telling them that. They are, in fact, having more and more focus groups, more meetings during the day, all about preparing to start. All about it. And they're having multiple meetings. They were concerned in some locations. I told you about not being staffed. Well, they started bringing people in from other locations, from outside the area, to make sure they are staffed because this thing is going. We did get calls last night saying, "Be ready, be ready. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call, this is about to happen. We're waiting for any minute. We got all that, and we're still waiting for any minute." Okay, so we did get, today could be the day with some banks, and tomorrow is what we feel with other banks. So I'm saying it's not there. We did get a kind of change from Washington that, hey man, they really feel we can't wait for the vote. We can't do that. And I was saying, okay. So somebody's using some common sense or cooler heads prevailed or they're just saying, don't think it can wait till that. Because there's too much of a chance. Just like I told you guys Wednesday, that just doesn't make sense to me. Well, now it doesn't make sense to a whole lot of people to take that kind of chance. So we are looking really, really good for this weekend. Really good for sometime this weekend, hopefully before Sunday and fireworks start taking off. I'm hoping this thing will absolutely be over. Parliament, members of Parliament are putting out articles about how the international community is backing them, backing their reforms, backing the white paper, which is very public now for everybody to see. Doesn't have any rate or date in it, but it has everything else. It also tells them that most things in the paper are going to start January 1, 2021. Doesn't say the rate's going to start then or the exchange, but most of the things in the reform paper are going to start at that time, January 1st, 2021. We just don't think the rate and the date are one of them, or I don't think everybody would be doing what they're doing. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what Texas is doing today because I haven't been able to get hold of them. Haven't been able to get a response from them. So they could very well be there today. If not, they'll do what they did when they thought it was going and wait till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock and tell their people they're not going home at 5 o'clock. Because that's what they did last time. Guys can't go home. You got to go over here. And they'll wait and do that. But we'll see. But as soon as we know this evening, afternoon, or even during this call, if I get a response, I will let you know. So, we're good. Right? Let's get it started.
Hey, I lost my place. Here we are.
I can't hear you.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Ray. Appreciate this information.
Wait, before you start. Wait, hold on. So Ray might cut you off. Wait, does the one question apply to her too? I want to know.
Yes, it does.
So you can choose 5 things. Wait, people count on you asking the right questions. So wait a minute. I gotta know.
We'll give her a treat. That's why I've got a pit in my stomach when Ray says that. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay,
yeah.
Here we go. What I was curious, I've only seen reference to it in snippets on the government of Iraq site, where it was noting that while Kazemi and his delegation was doing this road trip, they ended up in England, and they were noting that there had been a special meeting that was hosted there where they were outlining strategic goals for the Iraq White Paper for economic reform, and that those in attendance included the Minister of Finance and his delegation, the central bank guy, as well as the World Bank, the IMF, and representatives from G7 countries. They didn't say how many of the G7, whether or not it was all 7 or just 1 or 2. But is it possible, are your folks even indicating that that may have been kind of the final piece of the puzzle, that they needed to get the blessing of this major group before they could actually proceed? And they got it, and now they're going back and counting the hours, countdown?
Right, because they had to, and they said it meets all the criteria that the World Bank wants. And that is that group. They've discussed it. They've met everything that they said they needed to do. To both be removed from OPEC list and for this to go forward. So it was in the articles today, the international agreement with the reforms. That's everybody. That's that meeting they were having. Everybody has agreed to the reforms.
Great. Celebration song, 10 days from whenever this happens. We know that's the TNT Super Fantastic or Pay It Forward project. We appreciate it. Thanks so much. Finale Friday. May this be it. We appreciate it.
Wait, right there, you can ask one more question.
Who said that?
Sure. Do you have another one? You can ask one more question.
Well, I was rather curious. Yes, indeed. You know me, I do have more. In terms of when we're going, I can't do this to anyone else. There are others waiting, so
go ahead.
I can't do that. Okay. I was curious in terms of going in, whether or not there is any kind of formula in the back of our heads that the banks are using that you can figure that 5 minutes we can handle X amount of currency, 10 minutes it'll be X amount of currency, so that even in our own minds before we set that, we know how much time might be allowed. I was just kind of curious.
No, I don't think they have that broken down, or they haven't given it to us anyway. But they did, I mean, they were initially going to try to get everybody through within a 15, 20-minute time. We can sit down, count the currency, do this, bag it up, go to the next level. But you guys got to remember, that's probably, the majority of the people, but not everybody. Some people are going to have money that you can't get that done in 15 minutes. Somebody's going to have a bigger plan. So everybody doesn't fit into a cookie-cutter situation, and it may take longer for some than it does others.
Okay. appreciate it. Again, 10 days. It looks like it's not going to necessarily be in October for this, but it's going to be a great November. So we appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks for the exceptions. We appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now,
You want
Buff Lady only gets her one question, though. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 281, area code, you're on. Last one, but anyway, we still have to go.
Well, guys, I absolutely positively hope that it is. I mean, I hope it is, God willing, that this is the last Friday we have to go through this. Anyway, a lot of people are excited. A lot of places around the world right now today, they all think something positive could happen this weekend. I want to say it makes sense. I mean, it just makes good common sense for it to happen now, for it to be over with before they get started. But somebody told me, well, on Wednesday call, that common sense is just isn't all that common, I guess, if it doesn't. But I would know our sources think it's this weekend. And that sources includes, bank relationships and relationships in D.C., guys on East Coast, West Coast, all being told to look for something, expect something, and this time we hope it absolutely goes through. If it doesn't, we're still in the game. But we're going to go for right now. Let's get this over with. So if you have an opportunity to get more done, get more done. Because this is about to be over with, and you will be saying, I wish I could have, would have, should have. I know, because I'm saying it already. I wish I could have, would have, should have. I just might. But anyway, do what I'm going to do, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, your weekends. That's what it takes. I did tell you guys, Texas said they have no clue what we're talking about. They're not being told anything as of this moment. But everybody else is. So maybe they'll get it at the last minute. And that's what we're hoping happens. But do what I'm going to do. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. And we have to do another call. We absolutely will. All right, Ray.
Okay, well, Bus Lady has already talked about coming to North Carolina. So here's what I'm going to do for Bus Lady and Danny in Dallas. When we learn that the call center has mobilized in Texas, not only will we send the tweet out, but I'll call each of you personally, especially Bus Lady, save her trip and come up here to North Carolina, unless she still just wants to come anyway. And that being said,
They're saying something about getting a spanking, so I guess, anyway, go ahead.
All right, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for us for this Friday TNT call. And we are looking forward to speaking with you again, but I'm not looking forward to speaking with you on Monday looking for the RV. But that being said, keep believing. We sure do.